What a welcome that was.
I know, we can't beat that, can we? It was such a good weekend, Ben. Really good.
Well, I'm looking to hear more about it later on in the episode.
Yeah, we've got a film coming up all about it, so that's something to look forward to. And we've got a really great, fun-packed episode, haven't we?
We have.
People have been out so busy over the summer.
Yes, and it's September, you know, we're moving into autumn, but before we think about that, we're going to sort of have a long goodbye to summer and look back at some of the amazing things people have been doing. What have we got coming up first, Karen?
Well, first up, Ben, we have got a really, really great film of Vicky and Sally who had an alpine adventure, and my goodness, the weather was hot. It will take us back a couple of months to when it was a heat wave.
Excellent. Then we have last month's Climb of the Month competition results and a new challenge for next month in the form of a Café of the Month.
And we've got something on the gravel rides, which take place on a Wednesday.
Then we have the Women's Weekend report that we're looking forward to.
And then we've got a short film about what happens at Holmescales on a Thursday with our younger riders.
We have some KCC news, and then we're going to look forward and think about the future with something about the Mallorca trip in 2023.
And it's going to come around quick, isn't it?
It is.
So first up, this great film, Vicky and Sally.
Yes, who cycled from Geneva to Nice over 14 alpine cols. It was 385 miles, 43,000 feet of climbing.
And I dread to think what degrees Fahrenheit it was.
Yes, about 100 by the look of it.
By the look of it. And this film just captures everything I think about their trip.
Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute.
We thought it'd be a great idea to share with you our Alps trip.
So how did the idea come?
The idea came about, I reckon, over a cup of tea at, is it Longtown, when we were cycling back from Edinburgh once. There was a gang of us and we decided that we needed a bigger trip. So it was 4 of us, then it went down to 3 of us, and then it went down to just the 2 of us.
Yeah?
Prior to the trip, it's really important that we made a discussion about our objective of the trip, because we've got different levels of experience.
Yeah.
I've done quite a lot of bike packing.
Yeah. I'll call you the expert, I'll call myself the novice. That's how it is.
So it was really, really important from my point of view that we made an agreement that it was mainly about the journey or the experience, not necessarily the objective.
Yes. So we both said, okay, hopefully we'll go from Geneva to Nice. We'll see what happens in between. If one of us doesn't want to carry on, we stop, we get a train, and that's that. Let's make the most of the journey. Let's support each other. Let's go and have a good crap, eat, and pedal.
Exactly.
And sleep. And eat cake and coffee. That's it.
But I think that if anybody's organising a trip like this, that's really, really important to have that conversation with that person, because there's a lot of people that are very objective driven, and there's a lot of people that are more about the experience.
And as the miles pile on the legs and you get tired, if you have different aims on the trip, it will be quite noticeable. And you might not come back being friends. So, and we came back as friends! We came back as friends, so that's good. So how was the journey? How was it? How was the trip?
Hot!
Like I got nothing left to prove. No end in sight. Just always staying on the move. I'll go all night.
We met loads of people like we were doing the travel.
It's too short to care about what you can't afford. Memories are in what you explore. So just don't be ignored. Go ask for more. Go ask for more. Cause I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side.
Good morning, world. This is day 5 or 6, we're not quite sure. But we're trucking well. We've got up really early to avoid the sunshine. Top tip, get up before the sun shines. Yes. meters high. We're on the top of the snow.
It ain't no hype. Watch us wreck the mic. Watch us wreck the mic. Watch us wreck the mic. Sight.
Wow.
That looked such fun. Just makes me want to go away with a friend and ride in the Alps. It's brilliant.
Yeah, and that looked like an amazing trip. I know it was, and I know it was hot.
Yes, absolutely. I've been in France where they have those big troughs and you just put your head in. It's fabulous. Great way to cool down.
And it links really nicely to last month's competition where we asked you to send a photo of yourself on top of a hill with your bike. Sally and Vicky definitely did that.
They definitely got to the top of a hill on a bike. But we've had some absolutely brilliant entries, haven't we, from all over the place. I think the key thing was you had to be outside Cumbria. So some people have gone just over the border and other people have gone thousands of miles.
Absolutely. And so, Karen, we have all the entries in the sloth helmet.
Yes, and shall we have a
Dig
go? We've got
around.
2 prizes this month from Wheelbase, £50 voucher. And the first one is... I can't read your writing.
Julian Fessett. Excellent.
Excellent, well done, Julian. Ben's writing is really bad.
Yeah, I'll pick out the second one.
You can read it.
I'll better read it this time. The second one is Ruth Walton.
Excellent, well done, Julian. Well done, Ruth. If you get in touch, tv@kendal.cc and we'll put you in touch with Wheelbase to claim your prize.
And thanks again to Wheelbase as ever for sponsoring the competition. So we have a new challenge this month and we are back to our Café of the Month challenge, and this is introduced by Shah Dixon.
I'm filming for our cycling club website of Café of the Month. Is that okay?
Oh, lovely, okay.
Marvellous, thank you. Warm rhubarb crumble. Walnut. Oh, cakes. Clementine, almond, rhubarb. Friendly staff for our wonderful cafe. Bring your bikes through to this area, and the cafe entrance is just there, so bikes don't have to be left out at the front where they're completely invisible. They're just open this gate. Marvellous.
So have you been to Harry's Cafe, Ben?
I have.
Excellent, where is it?
So it's basically in High Newton. It's sort of part of an antiques shop and reclamation space. And the cafe is actually around the back. It does really nice food, really
Cakes
good
look
coffee.
good.
Cakes look good, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a great place to go if you want to do a really long ride and on the way back, or you could just ride there and back from Kendal. Yeah, so
Absolutely.
excellent.
And if you want to be in next month's competition, send us a photo of you in Harry's Cafe at the Yew Tree Barn, and you will be in the competition for next month.
And you can do that either by posting on Facebook or Spond, or dropping us an email at tv@kendal.cc. And a big thank you to Shah Dixon, who responded to our plea last time. We ran a session, didn't we, where we talked through what it involves to help with KCC TV, and Shah came along to that. If you weren't able to come, it's on YouTube, and we'll post the link below. But Shah very kindly has stepped up and got involved in KCC TV, so thanks, Shah.
So next up, we have a film from Simon Thomas, all about the Wednesday gravel riding group, who have been going out every week during the summer, doing some amazing riding by the look of it. And this is a beautiful film that really captures some fantastic local scenery that perhaps many of us wouldn't see unless we were out on a gravel bike and going off-road.
So grovelling again. Whew. Ah, poof.
Saying as well, whilst you can have a gravel bike to go on these, a hardtail mountain bike as well works, doesn't it?
Yeah. So people are riding both on those, and I think more details are on Spond if you want to join those rides or get involved. So, Karen, tell us a little bit about the Women's Weekend before we watch the photo montage.
Yes, well, Ben, we were back on the Women's Weekend after 2 years away. And this year, it was a bit different to last time. We went to one location. We stayed at Kettlewell Youth Hostel in the Yorkshire Dales and then rode out in various groups so people could do however far they wanted. So some people actually rode from Kendal to Kettlewell on the Friday and back again on the Sunday. And other people arrived in cars and did all various things. And there were people on road bikes and there were people on mountain bikes. And we had an absolutely brilliant weekend, as you'll see from this film. was such a good weekend, and a massive thank you to Christine for organising it. Such an excellent weekend, and I can't wait for next year.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, that looked really, really good. So, from the ladies' weekend, we now go to our juniors in the club. And Simon Thomas has put together a really short video that shows what the juniors have been getting up to at Holmescales over this summer.
This is a short video of what happens at Holmescales on a Thursday night with KCC youths. Hope you enjoy.
So first up, we have some advance notice that the club AGM will be on the 11th of November. Save the date, more details to come.
And a little bit of an active travel update. Some exciting news, there's a cargo bike currently on trial in Kendal. It's here until the 30th of September. So if you're a local business and you've got anything that needs taking around, either within the town or just slightly outside, get in touch. And they've got a group of people who can ride the bike for you and make the deliveries. If you Google Woolly Saddle Cargo Bike, you'll find all the details.
Sounds like a great initiative.
Yes, it is, yeah.
And we'd really like to put a call out for anyone that would like to get involved with KCC TV by submitting content or putting forward ideas. This episode we had Vicky and Sally who sent us their trip photos and recorded some video, and we're able to put that together and do the editing, and similarly Shah who recorded her footage of the cafe, and then we can put that together. So you don't need to be able to edit things for yourself, you can send it to us and we can help with that.
And then finally, we're thinking forward to next year, aren't we now? Ben, so Mallorca 2023?
Yes, we are looking ahead now and sort of looking back at the same time. We're going to close the episode with some reflections from people who were on this year's Mallorca trip, saying what they enjoyed about it, how they found it, which will hopefully whet your appetite for the upcoming Mallorca trip next year.
But before we go, we've got some thank yous.
Absolutely. First of all, we'd like to say a big thank you to Shah Dixon for submitting the Café of the Month.
And Tim Price for doing editing of quite a lot of this episode and also doing all the filming for us. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you to Vicky Blanco and Sally Ozanne for their Alpine trip.
And to Simon Thomas for submitting and editing his two pieces on the Gravel Wednesday and Holmescales.
To Christine Briggs for the Women's Weekend.
And to Mapdeck for help with all of the technology that we're using today.
And to Wheelbase for sponsoring our competition. So it just remains for us to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
And here is some reflections on this year's Mallorca trip.
This isn't a boot camp or a training camp, this is a holiday, a cycling holiday. I've never actually been on a cycling holiday before, and it's been fantastic. And I'm sort of greeny blue, and we've just done some really lovely rides and amazing scenery, flat, smooth roads, doing things I've only seen on telly in a way, sort of going down those big long sweeping descents and got to pull those hairpins and stuff, but also having a lot of fun and going swimming and sitting in the bar and family here, and it's just been really good fun. So, thanks to everybody here, but I'd really encourage anybody to come. Just have a good holiday.
So I've been with the Greeny Bluey group, and it's great because we're so different from the blacks and the reds. We're the ones that have a good time and eat probably more cake than them. So it's emphasising that there is a huge variety of people that can come here and have a great time.
I personally just really enjoyed and been inspired to ride with really faster guys that I wouldn't normally have ridden with in the past, and it's been an absolute privilege to cling on to the back of you, even though I've been crying at the back and probably mourning a lot, but it's been an absolute pleasure in getting to know people that you wouldn't normally spend time with.
I really enjoy every single time I come, and the nice thing is that we can all ride together. We can ride on the flats together, and we can do our own thing on the climbs, and involve each other with how quickly we did it, or how slow we did it, or how many cakes we had, or what we did, and there's loads to talk about afterwards. And so I find it a really inclusive trip.
And it's just been great to see the camaraderie, the banter, the stories that we've all shared here. And for me, one of the most memorable moments has been able to ride with many more people, and to have the experience where we've ridden with 12, 15 people on beautiful flat roads, a big peloton, everybody getting a good sense of what it's like to ride as a good group, and everybody well disciplined, riding well and having fantastic experiences. And there's been many people on this trip that have inspired me, and the one thing we'd love you to do is go back and inspire others to sign up for the next trip and come and join us again, and hopefully you all come back again. What I'd like to say for anybody else who's thinking of coming on this trip, it's great to bring your family along or bring your partners along. That our cycle has plenty to do here, so we can really make it grow as a social event for the club.
I think for me, I think the whole thing with the club has always been about inclusivity, everyone's included. And, I think that showed up on the trip this year and in past years, that anybody can come along, anyone can ride with anyone else, and the riding is for everyone here. It's just fantastic.